Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So as you guys now know, during my trip to Taiwan last Christmas, I met a girl on Bumble, if you could believe it, and we really hit it big. We're still chatting, and I actually felt happy for her when she had met somebody else there, but and then it didn't turn. So I'm kind of enjoying the roller coaster ride with her. It's a lot nicer when it's somebody else's roller coaster ride, but I still care about it, right? I actually want her to meet somebody else because I feel badly about not being able to be there. And she was like, "I'm sorry for being honest," and I was like, "No, no, I actually want you to be happy." So it's kind of weird. The dynamic was kind of weird, and I got to enjoy it with her. But there is something that I didn't have to do with her that I traditionally had to do with every girl that I met on a dating app. I didn't have to reveal that I had quote unquote lied about my age. You see, when I use dating apps here in the US, I can't put my age because people who have 37 years of junk food habits are disgustingly unhealthy to even think about dating, right? And so I used when I opened my old Bumble account, I discovered that I had shaved 10 years off of my age when I opened it. I think I would have been 30 at the time, but I said I was 20. And so when you do that in Taiwan, first of all, you don't have to do that in Taiwan. But second, when I opened the Bumble account, so I would have been 27 on there, I was like, gee, are these people even legal? I thought the people on Bumble were lying about their age. And that's when I realized I was in Taiwan. And people age differently. I would imagine the average 40-year-old in Taiwan could probably pass for a 20-year-old here in the United States easily. Easily. It's probably even more than that. Some of my students look older than me, to be fair, and I sometimes pass for a student. Sometimes I take advantage of that, right? When stuff doesn't go right, people think I'm a student. It doesn't look so unprofessional when I'm having a bad day and literally have tears in my eyes. I had a lot of bad days like that last year. I was going through a heartbreak situation. I kind of take advantage of that, to be fair. But I can't believe I've made it 1 2 months into an online relationship without having to confess my age. Sometimes those confessions go very well, sometimes they don't. It really depends. If they don't go well, it's a good filter anyway, because you don't want somebody to judge the number on your ID. Anyhow, I have a funny story about my reveal one time. What had happened was on the app, I think I put I was 19 years old, but then in the profile itself, I said I'm actually only 17 because I figured, if I'm gonna lie about my age, at least make it look like I really do have to lie about my age, right? And I had met a girl there. I think she was 20 years old. Hopefully, she didn't lie about her age either. But a few dates into that, we were talking about the election. Oh, I remember now. It would have been 2016, and how I was planning to vote for Gary Johnson of the Independent Party. She was like, "How can you vote?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I have a fake ID." And I showed her my ID, which actually said I was 29 years old. There was no way she was going to believe that one, and so it really did look like it was a fake ID, but it was an actual ID, but it looked like it was a fake ID. And it just goes to show we need like some kind of an age parity equivalent adjustment, right? So if you're 20 years old in the US, it's equal to being 40 in Taiwan. It might be equal to like 30 in Poland, right? Or that could equal. But think about it. In Poland, you can mess around with radioisotopes and still live to be 66 years old, right? Not to mention, this was 100 years ago when we didn't have good medicine to deal with that, right? And she still lived to be 60. Can you imagine a girl here playing with radioactive materials as soon as she gets out of college? No PPE, no idea how dangerous it is, and still got married, right? When she was, what, 21? Unfortunately, she got widowed, and she probably could have married again, but I think she did have a second marriage, by the way, a kind that we didn't recognize back then. We're starting to recognize today. And if I were to guess, she got reincarnated, is back in her home country in Poland, and living out her best life, happily married to herself. And oh yeah, her reincarnation is also looks very young for her age. Right, could probably pass for probably 20, even though she's what 45 now, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.